So this is actually my second time filming this, considering I just filmed this and my screen recording didn't save. Hey guys, it's Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by today's title, I'm going to be showing you how I edit my photos all on my phone, not using any other app or anything. You don't have to pay for anything, you don't gotta download anything, it's all through the iPhone. Disclaimer, I'm not like a professional editor, I'm not good at editing, I really don't know anything about anything. I'm not like, ooh, I know all about highlights and contrast and shadows and changing this and changing that. I don't really know things that much. I just kind of do what I like and it works for me. So I'm going to show you that. I have used Lightroom. I still use the free Lightroom mobile for my thumbnails for YouTube. I don't know why, I just like it better than my phone, but for pictures on my phone of like to post, I like using the one in the phone. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm moving over so I can pop up my screen recording on screen and just kind of go through and show you what I do normally, what I have done for pictures, etc, etc. I just want to say that I don't edit it in the sense of like, I don't Facetune, I don't change anything, I don't Photoshop, I don't do anything to change myself. I just enhance the picture, I enhance the color per se, and I don't do anything crazy. I don't like, I don't know how, you'll see what I mean. So I favorited some things to show. So for example, this photo, I did not edit this at all. This is unedited, it's me from the summer, and most of these are going to be like summer pictures just because the colors, like, you know, the ocean or the sky or whatever, like it shows you better than if it's just like a selfie of me usually. So this one I didn't edit, but if I were going to, I go through two things. I go into the edit and I click this three little button thing and I go to Vivid. Vivid's my first thing I always go to. There's a bunch of them and they're all great. I've used a couple of them before, but my go-to is always Vivid. I just think it looks really nice, but I usually bring it down. It's always at 100. I have used the 100, but I usually bring it just to whatever I like. With everything in this, you'll see the way I decide, because it's not like I go in and I'm like, oh, I gotta put this at 52 and I gotta put this at 12 and I gotta put this at 23. Like, that's not my logic behind anything. Like I said, I don't know things. I just slide it. I slide it and whatever I like is where I stop. I would probably stop right there if I was posting this. If I didn't want to use that, because sometimes I don't like how it looks with the Vivid, just depending on the picture, depending on many things, I just don't like it. So I will go into this little dial thingy, and this is where all of the more specific things happen, and I don't really use all of them. I mainly will use exposure, saturation, vibrance. That's the first three things I will always use, and then after that is when I will work with the warmth, the tint, the contrast, the shadows. Sometimes it just depends on the picture. So for example, if I was editing this one, I would probably bring the exposure up a bit. I skip all of the contrast and shadows until I get the like color I want. I don't know if that's the right way to go about it. I'm sure it's not. It's just what I do. Saturation, again, you could make it like that. I would not. But I just kind of slide and stop when I like it. Vibrance. Can make my eyes super green. I would probably stop right there. Then after that is where I kind of go into the other things. I don't always do this. Sometimes I literally, most of my pictures, if I don't use Vivid, it's just exposure, saturation, and vibrance. I don't always go into these. I will check them, implying I will go in and look at it, but if I don't like it, I'll just kind of leave it. I could go either way. I like it with some more warmth to it. It is like a summer picture. I also like it with less warmth. You know, you could go in with the tint and do the same thing. I usually don't like bringing the tint down. It makes it very green. But I like it up. But because this is like summery, I probably wouldn't even fuck with it. I probably would do that. Contrast, same thing. I mean, it looks cool like that, it looks cool like that. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't really care to fuck with it. And that's probably how I would be done. I would be done with it. And this is the original. Like I said, I don't change anything too crazy. Okay, like I said, I've used Lightroom. I used to use it. So this picture was done using Lightroom. I feel like you can achieve the same thing just on your phone, which is why I do it now. This was the original. Super dark. It was gloomy that day. I brought it up to make it look like it was freaking pretty out, you know? So if I were going to do it, could I totally do vivid? Yes, but the reason I didn't is because my face was so dark, you could barely see it. You still kind of can't, but it just looks better in my opinion than what the vivid was looking like. Does the vivid look fine? Of course. But I didn't like how dark it was everywhere. But what I would do is obviously bring the exposure up because it's dark as shit. Saturation. Vibrance. I'm gonna leave the tint alone. This is where the darkness comes in. I would probably, I like it, I just didn't like it a lot. And see, as you can see, I did the saturation, but I go back. After I edit some things, I will go back again and edit it. It just... Okay, I did that really quick. The one I did in Lightroom, the one that I've actually posted on Instagram, I spent way more time on it than, not a lot of time. I don't sit here and edit it forever. I don't give a shit that much, but I would spend more than just the 3 minutes that I just did this. But this is probably what I would leave it as. And in my opinion, that looks exactly the same as that. I don't really see a difference. But I definitely obviously see a difference if I put it to the original. It's just, like I said, I don't change anything crazy. I just change the freaking coloring of it. This, for example, I haven't edited it. Does vivid look good? Yes, but again, I think it's too much. So I would probably do this in that case. There's pictures though that I liked the way the vivid looked. This one, for example, I posted on Instagram. I liked vivid. This was the original. Vivid worked for me and I even kept it at 100. I don't always do that, but sometimes I do. This one, I wanted a more like vintagey look-ish, but I do sometimes do both. For example, I did it on Vivid because this was the original. It enhanced it like the tiniest bit, but then I also went in and edited it, which may not make much sense, but I didn't touch the saturation or vibrance because the Vivid filter gave that to me in my opinion. I just brought down the shadows and the exposure to give it a more vintagey look. It's not even vintagey, but like you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, like this one's not edited. I could go with Vivid here. I would bring it down probably. I'd probably put it like there, halfway. Original, what I changed it to. It just kind of depends on the picture. It depends on my mood as well. Like if I want to sit there and edit it, like sometimes I'm lazy. Like I will always go to Vivid and see if I like it and play with the scaling thing. And if I don't, that's when I will go into all of the adjusting. That's usually my thought process when I edit things. All of the ones from me in Ohio at Hocking Hills, I edited. I used all of these. This one I just upped the contrast, I upped the saturation and vibrance, brought down the warmth, brought up the tint, and that's just, oh shit. That's just where I liked it at. It's all just, you just play with it, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, that's basically it. Obviously, edit your photos how you want to edit your photos. Like I said, I don't change my body, I don't Facetune, I don't Photoshop, I don't do anything like that. Obviously, if you do, more power to you, that's great. I don't really like to post pictures of me using like a filter like this. Like I love Snapchat filters, don't get me wrong. I just would never like take a picture with it and post that. I'd like to take a picture on my camera and then like just like I said, like you saw, edit the coloring of it and like enhance just like the colors and the look of the photo and the exposure and just the brightness and everything. Bring more color and life to the photo, if that makes sense. It just makes it look nice. But you do you. Like I said, don't come for me, not a pro. Probably don't even do it right. It's probably not what most people who know what they're doing would do to the photo, but that's just what I do and that's what I like. Saturation is my favorite. It's like my best friend. And so is Vivid. I use Vivid a lot. I'm actually gonna show you too real quick. A lot of the time I realized if I have pictures that are like beachy or like nature filled or just more like exciting is when I usually will do the like adjusting. But when I'm just like in an environment that's just like my room and it's like the same lighting throughout and just nothing really going on is when I use Vivid a lot. For example, like these photos, I just used Vivid. I know for one of them I did both. I think this one I did Vivid, but I also brought down the exposure a bit because I just liked it better that way. I don't know. There's not really a method to my madness. It's whatever you like to do, whatever you want to do, whatever you think looks best. But I just wanted to show you how I do it without any like extra apps or anything or paying for anything. I don't think that's necessary. The iPhone gives you everything you could really ever need to edit a photo, in my opinion. That was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, or I don't know, whatever. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below how you edit your photos. If you do, some people don't at all, and that's great. You don't really need to. Do whatever makes you happy, okay? And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I need a freaking scrunchie now.